Hello, it is Sunday, it is afternoon, and despite my head trying to kill me, we are here for Morgan's lazy Sunday afternoon productivity stream where you might be productive, but I'm just going to eat snacks and try not to cough because it makes my head hurt. With me today, I have my fabulous co-hosts, Doc Coleman and Sako Tumi. Hello. Say hi to the nice people.
Hi, nice people.
Yeah. So tell the nice people who you are and what you're up to.
Go ahead, Sako.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Sako Tumi, also known as Voit. I write horror and stuff. I'm working on my Substack, I think. I've decided that working on my Substack on Sunday rather than Tuesday is just better for wrapping up the week. So I'm going to attempt to do that. And I'm going to attempt to do the recap of what happened this past week.
Ooh, that's a fun week.
So, hi, I'm Doc Coleman. I write steampunk comedy adventure, and today I'm going to be trying to finish up a story that I shared editor last week. But sometimes injuries and delays happen, and you can't get stuff out on time. But I've got like 90% of a short story done, and I need to get the last bit of it finished, and then I'll probably go over the word count, and I'll have to go edit it to cut it down to make it fit. But
I missed a week for the first time since like 2015.
You took Christmas and New Year's off, so
I'm sorry. I missed blogging/vlogging. I haven't missed my blog since 15, and I haven't missed the video since I started in 2017, and I did not do one this week because I reached out to my therapist, and she switched practices in June, and I finally got the paperwork to get set up with her because my executive dysfunction's been broken since November, and so
wow.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody since June, and I'm pretty sure most of you know I haven't been doing amazing with executive function, and my cat is trying to eat my arm right now. So, to switch practices and see my therapist again, I had to sign 9 forms, fill out 6 surveys, and do it before the link expires, which apparently takes about 2 weeks. So
lovely.
So that was my Friday.
Well, I'm glad you've got things set up now.
Yeah. I'll be talking to her Wednesday morning. So.
Yeah, it's like one of those ridiculous things that our healthcare system is not set up to be navigated by people who are actually sick.
Yeah. So if you're unfamiliar, executive function is the ability to get started on a task and focus and finish it. And when yours isn't working and you need to fill out 9 forms and make a phone call and an appointment, it's like, wait, if I could do that, I wouldn't need help.
Yep.
So, but I know I am far from the only one who's had a rough week. So, yeah.
I have to thank you again for. I have to thank you again for taking care of me on. It was Friday, wasn't it?
Yeah. You got there like 20 minutes after I finally got everything set up. So with my therapist, but you can always work from my place anytime you need to. So. I'm going to pop into the comments. Hello and welcome, Soul Free Wolf. And we've got RC Scott and the Dante. Eric's, hello and welcome. I think this is Soul Free's first time here. I think Dante's been here like once. It's been a while.
Soul Free is on my channel.
Okay, that makes sense. So.
And Katarina.
And hello, a turtle that is red.
Okay, I read that as a turtle that is tired before. They both be true at the same time.
I mean,
They are both descriptive of Katerina, absolutely.
Of a turtle.
So what are other people doing today? Are you being productive? Are you just here to chill? What's going on for you today?
What's going on?
I'm over here trying not to cough because it makes it hurt across here. And then I whimper, and it's, I mean, not my sexy whimper. So
No sexy whimper for you. This is not that kind of channel.
yeah, this is not that kind of channel. Ow, laughing hurts.
Oh
dear, you're in trouble.
I mean, you could
that was the problem Verity was having last night. Was
you could
the
just not
pressure in the brain. Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Soulfree is trying to motivate themselves into working and not doom scrolling. I mean,
don't doom scroll.
My coping mechanism has been binge reading gay romances. So, I mean,
that is the opposite of doom scrolling.
On a scale of like addictions, I think it's probably not the most toxic. It's not helpful in any way, shape, or form, but at least it doesn't seem to be like actively harmful.
Right.
So,
well, it's not also not like defining your definition of toxicity.
Yeah. So, it's not harmful toward me or others. It's not, helping things, but I mean, it's reading.
Mm-hmm.
My time waster of choice these days is playing No Man's Sky.
How's it going?
I'm finally getting to the point where I'm not frustrated with the lack of instructions. I've learned enough to figure out how most things work, and I've played a relaxed game to start off.
Sure.
To make it a little bit easier on me, but I'm starting to get into the swing of it. But it's definitely a case of my arm was hurting and I couldn't write. I could chunk hours into this, because it is a very ADHD game, because it's full of little missions. So it's like you start doing this thing, and then we introduce this thing, and then you start doing that, and it keeps distracting you. It's like you are executive function destroyers, aren't you?
Oh my gosh. I'm not only ADHD, but I also am a completionist.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the spiral off and then off again and then off again seems
so. This is not the game for you if you want to complete it, because there are over 18 billion worlds generated in game.
I mean, I play Minecraft, so
it will literally take you billions of years to explore everything. So don't even try.
Okay.
I've been playing Beyond Two Souls again.
Oh, fun.
With Emily Page and Willem Dafoe. And it's a quantum dream game.
The thing, not who Saku's playing with. Elliot Page?
It is now Elliot.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
This was when they were still identifying as Emily.
Yep. So cool.
It can be difficult talking about people's work from before their transition.
Right. You want to put it in context, but you also don't want to, not recognize the current truth. So
correct.
Popping into the comments, Soulfree is also working on Fourth Wing. Turtle is cleaned and is currently snacking.
What are you snacking on?
Ooh, yeah. We want to know. Maggie says hello. Juan is here. Hello and welcome. Soulfree has hit a spot in their work in progress where they're not sure where to go. It's like too early for the next notable event, but I need to detail out more of the city. Maybe they have an errand or somebody they need to talk to or an item to pick up.
I would do option number 2.
Something explodes. They have to deal with it. They end up learning more about the city in the process.
Either literally or figuratively.
Indeed.
So, Dwan keeps getting reminded to read Page Boy, which is Elliot's book, I think.
Yeah.
So.
For some reason, I read that as Peg Boy, and I said, that can't be right.
That's not this type of channel.
That's not this type of stream.
Oh, I laughed again. Okay.
I apologize in advance for the torture that you were going to endure on this stream with me.
I mean, I could just mute you, but apparently I'm too masochistic for that. So here I am.
These are your own tendencies, but we love you for them. But it's not that kind of channel.
So maybe it's a productivity channel where we work on our projects and I start the timer.
Yeah, maybe.
And we get to do a 24-minute sprint.
We do because it's 2024. Welcome to the future. I'm not fully like, I don't feel like I did 2022 enough, much less 2023, and now it's 2024, and time has no meaning.
Time has lost meaning entirely.
Time is an illusion. Lunchtime doubly so.
Right? So Dwan says, I mean, it can be that kind of channel. I mean, I'm not monetized.
That's OnlyFans. That's different.
It would be a little off brand. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started on our 24-minute sprint because happy 2024 in a 3, 2, 1, boom. And we're back. How was your sprint?
It was so fast.
Oh,
It was super
I did the most important part of any Sunday afternoon stream.
You prepared snacks.
I gave Catticus his gushy food.
Oh, that would do it too. Yeah.
So
That's why I
He gets a
was
snack, too.
right. I was just right for the wrong species.
everybody deserves snacks.
Everybody deserves snacks.
Snacks for you and you and you.
I would love a snack. Oh my gosh. You bastard.
So I got in another 322 words.
Ooh.
I have no idea how many words I got, but I have like, I don't think there's a word count. Oh, here we go. There's a word count.
What's the program?
Substack. It's
Oh, okay.
422 words.
Nice.
And I am 37 words from hitting the word limit on my short story. So I'm definitely going to be editing to cut it because
Yeah.
I don't think I wrap this up in 37 words.
I mean, you could, just maybe not the most like fulfilling ending.
Yeah.
I would just write the parent document and like to the end and then cut it. That way you can have the major points.
I always like tightening up a manuscript. I think it makes it more solid.
Well, it's also the voice of my characters tend to be rather wordy, so it's easier. It's easier to overwrite and then cut it back for modern audiences.
Sure. So, I'm gonna pop into the comments and let's see. Mama Maggie is fixing formatting glitches, making split pea and ham soup, which is even better. And hashtag SHU between 5 streams right now, which is a lot.
That's
Stream hoppers unite, by the way.
Oh yeah. Okay. I have forgotten so many times. Bonnie is lurking, and Dwan has come. Dwan's wife has come to recognize him hanging out with us. It's Morgan time.
Dwan was one of the people who reached out.
That's awesome.
So
yeah,
he is now. We have each other's phone number, and he is now in support time.
Good. Bonnie wished us all a happy writing. Soulfree got only about 300 words and was reading before and after. 300 is solid, super solid. Maggie made a cup of cocoa and checked their split piece and ham soup. Had a few terrifying moments when the power and internet went out. Do you have a generator? Because that seems to happen a lot.
I hope she does.
I hope she does.
Yeah, she needs a whole house battery backup for when the power goes out.
Yeah. Soulfree says, and then things happened, and they fell in love and lived happily ever after. Look, see, Soulfree finished Doc's story for him.
Oh dear. This is not a love story, or rather, if it is, it's the story of an entity's love for their dog. No.
How about this? And then things happened, and they all died, and their corpses rotted in the gutter.
That's actually closer because the dog in question is Cerberus. No.
It's a puppy story.
It's a puppy story.
Tell me the puppy's okay.
The puppy's going to be fine. He's about to get his ears hurt, but it's going to make everything all better.
They hurt Cerberus's ears?
That's just because there's going to be a loud noise.
Oh, okay.
And he's got more than the regular amount of ears.
It's true. It's true. So many ears to hurt. Mm-hmm. And only 2 paws to cover them. 2 paws. Nope. Okay. So Maggie says 3 of the streams just ended. So if you were to hop between. Dwan says, of course, we all love Sako. Maggie says with the power outage, it's only 6 degrees Fahrenheit. We'll be fine. And then a frozen emoji.
Yeah, maybe it's cold outside.
So, Joan's like, golden rule, you can't kill the dog.
You can only kill the dog if it's the reason why the good guy's going after the bad guy.
I mean, you're going to fridge a dog. You're fridging a dog. Out. Just go.
I'm not. I'm talking about John Wick here.
Avenge the dog.
Avenge the dog.
So much avenging the dog.
So much dog vengeance.
But before the dog can be avenged, it has to die, which is sad.
I.e. John Wick.
Yep. So.
You know what's funny is like I haven't seen IE used in a sentence in like I don't know how many years.
Do I not talk to you very often on chat? Because I have IE like probably once a week.
Because I say it all the time, but we also had the discussion where we share a lot of the same archaic expressions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, if I read sneaked one more time. I like this author, but they use sneaked instead of snuck. And they use, what was the other one? Oh god, I think I blocked it. It was just so bad.
So, if I remember this correctly, snuck is the past tense and sneaked is the present participle.
But some people believe that snuck is archaic and you can use sneaked as a more standardized.
That's because some people think you make the past tense to all English verbs by adding ed because they can't actually educate themselves on stuff.
No, it's a thing that happens in most languages in which you have irregular verbs that conjugate weirdly, and as people use them, eventually they try to standardize the leaped. That was one, leaped instead of leapt.
Leapt and kept. I will die on this hill. Leaped. We will use leapt and kept. They are they are the only correct version.
So Maggie says sneaked versus snuck. She had an editor complain about her using snuck and leapt, and I'm like, look, if you can't handle it, just
go. Yeah.
Understand that we have theological differences that will never meet in the middle, and you can either deal with it or, I mean, obviously if it's going to go in like an anthology or something and it needs to standardize, whatever. But if it's my own standalone story, no, just no. So much no.
It becomes a question of who's paying who.
Right?
You know, if I'm paying the editor to help my story get better, it's my version. If the editor is paying me to include my story in their anthology, okay, fine. You get to publish your version, but I have the original.
Yeah.
Yes, and
dreamt, 100%. You are among friends here, 100%. Dwan's like, yeah, I got corrected on dreamt. Oh my gosh, these people just need to go away. Just go away. It's not cool. It's not cool.
But I have noticed that for some things, like the example I used with snuck and sneaked, that they mean different things. They're different participles.
Yeah. If you were doing it in the proper conjugation, sure. But as a past tense, no. No. Just no. And also no. So, yeah, Soul Free, right with us. Dreamt is, in fact, amazing. Do you know what time it is?
Stretch time?
I think it's time for a stretch break. There we go. I have a tag for it. Okay.
Oh, my shoulder blades are angry.
You have shoulder blades?
I have a robot masseuse that I think I have a date with.
Oh. I have wings. When my back gets tight, my shoulder blades stick out more. Doc seems confused.
No, actually, I was just thinking. It's like I have one of these massage chairs that I may have to pull
I have
out.
a TENS unit and a heating pad with my name on it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is one of these things that actually has the little rollers that go up and down your back and massage your back.
I have a robot that does the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also have the tennis ball rubber thing on a rope, so you can lean against the wall. And obviously a foam roller. And my pull-up bars used more of a decompression hang and like gravity.
Like gravity. Take off the pressure. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
My own personal rack, right? Isn't that what racks were used for, stretching people?
Yeah.
No comment. And off we go.
So, Dwan says, game time. What game? I lost track.
Let's see.
God, you know what? If you can get it through the VA, do it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I had graduated from my therapist. We're like, you are in a healthy place. And then work got weird. And then I broke in November. And yeah. So, oh, massage therapist.
Yes.
Every 2 weeks. Oh, through the VA. That's awesome.
That's great. Yeah.
I had been seeing mine every other week. And then I dropped to every week or once a month. Sorry. And the opposite. And then the place they work out of decided to start closing at 7, and none of my appointments were before 7, and he books 3 months out, so I couldn't get in until like a week and a half ago.
Lovely.
Since before Thanksgiving, since October.
Yeah.
So that was not my favorite. Yep. And my chiropractor is mediocre, and I keep meaning to switch, so I haven't been scheduling with mine. So I need to either schedule or get the new one. But their hours.
I like Palmer Care.
Yeah. So the one I go to is like 20 minutes away, but the one I was recommended by my massage therapist is like 5 minutes from here. And it came recommended by the massage therapist, but they're only open during like work hours during the week. So I need to A, remember the name of it, and B, call during work hours, which C, executive function is broken. So
they're only like 5 minutes away. It's at least worth trying them once.
Exactly.
Because even if you have to take time off of work to go get it done, that's less time. So
Yep. And I mean, I would never see a massage therapist that doesn't also adjust elbows and wrists and ankles because I'm the death of 1,000 paper cuts. I have nothing majorly wrong with me except this stupid sinus headache. But my ribs think they're joints, so nothing stays in place. So. Ooh, Soulfree has an associate's in massage therapy, but never uses it. I mean, if you need to get back in practice, I mean, I'm here.
You need to get back in practice. I knew of a massage therapist who had a table at a con. So you could make an appointment during the con, come get like a half an hour to an hour. And
I
tip them so hard. Holy crap.
Oh yeah. I've seen more chair massages at conventions.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Because those are easy to set up, don't take nearly as much space.
Yeah, because you can do that in the like vendor room. And without, removing anything, and it's much, And at RavenCon, they do it in 15-minute increments, although most people do 30 or more. So, Soulfree says, I don't know if you know about this, but in March, the Grimdark magazine is taking submissions for shorts. Awesome. I will definitely check that out. Thank you. So, okay. Is stretch break over? Should we do another sprint?
I think we should.
Okay. I mean, I'm not saying don't stretch if the urge comes over you, because I don't think I ever sit still.
Snap, crackle, pop.
Could you hear my elbow?
Yes.
It was pretty quiet. It's been much louder, at least twice today.
But
I'm made of Rice Krispies and milk.
okay.
I have been since I was like 4 years old in little baby ballet class doing pliés. That's where you bend your knees.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, I don't think that would work very well for me. I think I would kind of go down and need assistance.
To get back up.
Your
Yeah.
knees. You should delegate your knees to the politician of your choice and get theirs in return.
So I need to delegate it to a politician that I dislike that's got good knees.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
okay. Well, let's go ahead and get started with this sprint. Let me reset the timer to 2 minutes. And let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, boom. Chakalaka. And we're back. So, hi. I see Augers joined us while we were on mute. We were having a productivity sprint, but we're back now. So how was everybody's sprint? Sako, you're on mute.
I I finished my article, and I'm just adding the links to like the Kickstarter that both my client is doing, and then I'll hopefully link my by Tuesday by Tuesday my own Kickstarter will be live, so
Awesome.
I'm gonna promote those on my Substack.
That's awesome. So, while we were on break, Desdemona swung by to lurk and is working on a deadline. So hopefully they're making good progress there. Maggie is eating soup and biscuits and feeling warm for the first time today. And we're all excited about Sako's news Kickstarter.
I'm concentrating on my artwork this time around.
Okay.
So during the pandemic, I did a bunch of art, and I had not released any of it.
Okay.
So I'm making a magazine and selling it on Kickstarter.
Yay. That's awesome. Doc, how was your sprint?
Pretty good. I'm down to the point where everything's about to resolve, and I'm only 307 words over the limit. So,
what is the full length?
5,000 words.
Okay, you've got wiggle room then.
Yep.
If it was 500, you'd be hurt.
I'd be screwed.
They probably would not have hired you.
Yeah, well.
500
yeah, I
is
probably
not
would have taken
your
the job to
sweet
do a
spot.
story in 500 words. It's not my
Yeah, I don't think that's your sweet spot.
No.
for stories.
But no, sorry, I got distracted because my wife just showed me some message that claimed that my Facebook page was about to be taken down to do copyright infringement, and it's like, this has got to be a scam because I own everything on that page.
So I started getting those about a month ago, but apparently everybody else in the world got them this week because they are indeed a spam scam. A spam scam.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's not how Facebook would message you.
So whatever you do, don't click the link.
So Soulfree got 198 words and blames distractions, but do you know how many words I got? 0. So I mean, you're ahead of everyone who didn't play the game. And Dwan says, "Who cares about limits? Right, all the words, all the words." Technical term.
People who want to hit submission guidelines care about limits, but
oh yeah.
But that doesn't mean we don't write the words first.
Rule number 1 of querying or submitting: follow the guidelines. Otherwise, it's really easy to say no.
Rule number 2: follow the guidelines. Really, this means you.
Sure. Dwan is working on this week's wrestling podcast.
Neat.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm just trying not to have my head fall off. For those who joined late, I have a sinus headache. Coughing hurts. Moving hurts. Leaning my head sideways hurts.
You're more fun when your head is on.
Yep. I've considered popping it off and just shaking it out, maybe.
Squeezing it like a
right,
like a rag,
and stick it in there and let it
out. Yeah, post
just a tap. Yeah.
Post stream, I think my plans involve a TENS unit and a heating pad. Probably not at the same time because that might be weird.
No, I would do both.
Come on.
So I might do new sticky pads.
Where you're putting which one.
Because otherwise the sticky pads, the humidity is going to make them unstick and slide down my back while they're like
I got you.
But I do have a lovely, soft, snuggly heating pad that has magnets, so it'll like loop around my shoulders like a scarf and stay on the shoulders, because the neck and the shoulders are where my tension is, even when I don't have a headache.
So for those of you who missed out on Catticus walking across Morgan's desk earlier because you were concentrating on your writing, here's your mandatory cat content.
Hi, who's pretty girl?
This is Trill.
Huh?
Oh, and that's Catticus.
Someone heard his name.
Yep.
Hi, baby.
All hail the feline overlords.
Hi.
My kitty is downstairs, I think.
Okay.
As long as they don't see each other in the screens and get territorial and attack the laptops, we're golden. So.
Catticus has never done that.
Oh.
He'll attack me, but not another cat on camera.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, no. You've seen him leap at my head. I mean,
yes, I have. Yes.
This is my cat puts the aggressive in play aggression.
Well, I'm also used to having our cats get in the window so they can stare outside, and then have other cats outside walk up to the window and the cats just explode.
Oh, we don't talk about Vanessa, that cat from the backstore neighbors, who like sometimes will lurk in the bushes outside his mama's bedroom in his bushes right on the other side of the window. And he's like, my bushes, why can't I go outside? Why does she get to go outside? I'm like, something will keep her collar on, something respects roads. And he goes, something I still don't speak English, mama, speak cat. So yes,
I'm a cat, I do what I want.
Maggie says, all hail the feline overlords. And yes, Catticus has indeed tried to maim me many times. Oh my gosh, when soccer was over, I was whining about my elbow. Can you even see it anymore?
We can see your elbow and not seeing a scratch.
Anyway.
There was a scratch.
The scratch is exactly where you lean on your elbow when you're trying to roll over or sit up.
Oh, lovely.
It was great. Drew blood. He was playing. Mom was being boring. So, okay, yeah. Maggie also got one of those and reported it for hate speech and harassment and got the account taken down.
Nice.
For targeting a disabled POC senior. So, let's see. Dwan says, when submitting, rule number 1, follow the guidelines. Rule number 2, follow rule number 1.
Okay.
Soul Free says that since November, they've only gotten just under 9K words on their work in progress, as well as a couple of short stories around 5K each. That's pretty friggin' solid. I'm not even a writer in December.
I'm not a writer in December. Yeah.
Although I did do one short story just so I could check it off because I knew my year-end goals were coming up. And I thought it was super cute. It was Jack Frost getting summoned.
Oh, cool.
So it's on my blog and my vlog. So if you want to go check it out. Let's see. Maggie says, I feel that way about my migraines, but have decided having my brain scooped out would affect my ability to do any editing. And Maggie would also like a heating pad with magnets. I'm telling you, they are amazing. A little pricey, but amazing and worth it if your neck and shoulders are where you want that heat.
When my shoulder was hurting, my wife had pulled out her hot water bottle because she was cold and she was warming herself up. And when she got done with it, I said, give that to me. And I stuck it on my shoulder. It did great things for helping it feel better.
Yeah.
Mandatory cat content.
So
I'm so glad that banner's there, even if it's not on time.
Yeah. I don't know if I talked about my super exciting end of year last week. On New Year's Adam, so the night before New Year's Eve,
So when it's
Adam comes before Eve. I called 911 because I had a gas leak in my house.
Yes.
So that was exciting. And the firemen came and found nothing. And the gas company came a couple days later and found nothing. But I now have their direct line. But the CO detector went off in my room, but you can't actually smell CO. I figured out what the smell was. I had a bottle of like an oil cleaner in my nightstand that had tipped over.
Oh.
So I've got that cleaned up. And the CO detector is now like right next to my bed. So if there is anything else, it'll go off. But the other thing that happened is my hot water heater started making noises. So I started off my year with a brand new water heater. And after 1 week, less than a week, I called them and said, hey, I have a brand new water heater. I would like more than a 10-minute hot shower. And they came back and they checked it out. And they're like, okay, it seems like the keep warm element working, the make warm element not working. So at first they thought it was the thing, and then they thought maybe the voltage wasn't working because it was shutting off and not powering the bottom half. And then they decided it was the thermostat registering wrong. So we have replaced the thermostat, and I'm 90% sure the issue is not fixed. So I will be calling them again. So yeah, this sinus headache can only have 10-minute hot showers.
That sucks.
It's sad. So that's my trials and tribulations this month so far.
I know that we've had problems in the past in the winter with hot water not lasting long enough because the groundwater is so cold.
But
and
my hot water heater is in the laundry room right there.
Yeah. Oh no, I would just say I've been tempted to want to get a second hot water heater and hook them up in series so that one's a preheater for the other one.
Yeah. The guy who installed it said that there were some people with like the fancy showers with like 12 spigots or whatever that need that. Otherwise they get 5 minutes of hot water because they have so much water coming out.
Actually, there is there's such a thing as an on-demand hot water heater, which is a surprisingly small unit that heats the water as it moves through it.
Yep.
So you have a constant.
I've heard people absolutely love them. My experience with an on-demand water heater is at my mom's house, where it's never hot enough and it temperature waves the entire time I'm in there. And I hate it with a fiery, burny passion. But the problem might be that my mom's on well water, and it's how fast the well pump is going in addition to. But it's just made me very wary of having an on-demand water heater because I want my hot shower to stay at the same temperature and not move. And I don't want to have to crank it up every 2 minutes. I don't want it to be like bloop, 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 bloop all over the place.
So I know at my work, they have those things installed in every bathroom. And when you first start the water going in the morning, it may be cold, and then it warms up, and the rest of the day it is hot because it gets enough constant use through the day that the water never cools down.
Yeah. So what helps with my mom's is to have the faucet running full blast while the shower's going, so it's pulling constantly rather than.
I have to do that for mine too.
Yeah.
I got real lucky in that our old one was like original to the house.
Oh wow.
And it was so small that you got about 15 minutes of it and did not handle 4 people. And when we bought a new one, the cheapest one was like 3 times the size.
Sheesh.
And we have been in heaven ever since. And now it's just the two, like me and my husband, and it's wonderful.
Oh, that's glorious.
I'm finding myself trying to remember how long a water heater is supposed to last.
So that's part of the
because
they're supposed to be between 10 and 15 years. The one I replaced, I called just before the holiday break, and they're like, hey, yeah, so it doesn't matter what's wrong with it. Your water tank is from 2005.
Right.
We're not going to have the parts, and it's going to die in a year anyway.
Yeah.
The fact that ours died in it was like 2005, something like that. And it died it would have died. We moved in 91.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Right.
this is our concern, is that we've been in this house for 30 years now. Moved in, actually, I think it was 91 as well. And we've
92.
replaced 92. Okay. So we moved into 92. We've replaced the water heater once.
So
But it's
surprising
been going
fact,
fine. I'm worried it's going to leak or something and we'll have to do it again with water damage.
Yeah, I would like to say that it was under 2K. So because I don't have it set up for gas, and I could have upgraded to like a gas one, but A, required permits, B, it would have been way more expensive, and C, I was dealing with a gas leak at the time and wasn't feeling comfortable about that.
Yep.
So I decided not to switch to gas heat. Or sorry, gas water. I have gas heat and gas stove. So like the hookups are there. But yeah, no, I was just like, no.
No, we're not set up for gas, so it's going to be electric. But.
Yes. So Soulfree says it's really, really spendy for the on-demand. They just went with the standard one. And Maggie has a 40-gallon water heater at the new house. In the old house, the tank had never been drained and got so much sediment out of it, and then it worked fine. Yeah, and it worked until they moved into the new house. Sure. So, earlier, the reason Sako stood up and showed off her shirt is Soulfree asked what clan shirt they were wearing, and Soulfree had the Misi one a while ago. Bruja shirt. I always played a Melky with True Faith, and I loved it.
It was Tim Bradstreet art, which was all that mattered to me.
Sure. So
I love Tim Bradstreet. He's great.
Soulfree says they work in a commercial kitchens and would probably die without a gas stove.
Yeah, I went from gas back to electric, and it blows. It takes so long to boil water.
Yeah, you have to be patient with electric cooking.
Which is how I learned to cook. But then when I moved out, I had the joy of gas, like oven and stove and stuff like that.
Sure.
And boiling water took no time at all. So it takes about 20 minutes on electric.
Although I have to admit, I would much rather clean an electric stovetop than a gas one.
Yeah, cleaning the electric is because we got the flat kind instead of the
especially with the flat, smooth ones we've got nowadays. So,
yep.
And RC Scott is cold.
Is it time for one more sprint? I think we can squeak it in before we run out of time.
We've either got time for another sprint, or we need to just say we're done for today and call it.
I think one more sprint.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and get started. Maggie has vowed to never have an electric stove again. Soulfree says they made me try to attempt omelets with one of the magnet ones. No way.
No way.
Yup. So oh my gosh, I went on vacation and they had the magnet ones. Those are the induction stoves. And it was a rental, and they had pots that were not magnetic
for it. Yeah.
And the child safety lock was really easy to hit, and they had no instruction book there.
Oh, lovely.
So it took us 20 minutes to figure out how to turn on the stove, and we felt really frustrated. So
yeah.
It was not amazing. Not my favorite. Do not recommend.
Do not recommend.
So, okay, Maggie's off to do chores for the sprint, and let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, boom.
Oh yeah.
Mama Ward, where will you be?
And that's our last sprint for today.
And how?
Oh, how is everybody? How did your sprints go?
I did some self-care,
Yeah.
and now I'm here.
I read.
I think I got like another 250 words in. I would have gotten
Nice.
more, except I had a message pop up telling me my system had run out of memory and I needed to quit something. And I quit out of Scrivener and I rebooted the thing to free up all the memory. But fortunately, this machine reboots really quickly. So, but was not expecting that to happen in the middle of the story.
I hope Mama Maggie can hear me because I am wondering where she's going to be.
Yeah, message. It'd be great. I mean, I like to say that if you get stuck in Dulles, let me know, because if it's not rush hour, I'm right there.
And I'm right next to National, so if you need a ride from National, I'd be happy to help.
Yeah. If it's rush hour, F28. 28 is the double.
95. Yeah, I can relate.
But 95 does not also have stoplights.
That's the problem.
So, let's see. Popping into the comments. Let's see.
Does it need stoplights? Traffic just stops anyway. No.
RC is going to be hanging out in the Bat Cave watching Chopping Mall with Robert Jones. Maggie says, be blessed and stay warm if she's still working on chores. Mint swung by. Hello and welcome.
Hi, Mint.
Doc is having memory problems, so he's going to talk to his doctor. Oh, wait. I'm funny. It was a memory issue about your head. It's funnier if you explain it. Oh, I shook my head.
I don't remember.
Regrets for me.
Actually, this is the funny part right now. No.
You're welcome. Yeah. So, and let's see. Soul Free got 339 words, pretty solid, and the bad guy's about to die.
Spoilers.
Dun dun dun.
I'm reading a romance between two hitmen, and it's kind of a, maybe we should pair up on this next job.
Neat.
But yeah, the first time they met, they didn't realize they were both on the same job until one of them fell asleep and the other one checked their equipment and then stole all the cartridges.
Nice.
And so they've been messing over each other's jobs ever since, after a good night.
Oh, I see.
It's fun. But they're working together, and the job just went wrong. And one of them collected a gun. He's like, ooh, the other guy will really like this gun. Because he's more of a poisoner. Yeah, it's a thing. So, let's see. Soulfree says the story they're writing is second point of view. So it's not an overall bad guy. It's like a side story within the story. Legit. You got to have a couple random encounters along the way. They got to work up to the big boss. They can't just go straight for the big boss.
Is it in second person or second POV?
Oh, it's a second point of view. Okay, yeah. No, that makes way more sense.
Yeah.
The second person is awkward to write, and I think
I think it's great, but then again, I write horror.
Much better for short stories.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would hate to have to
choose your own
do
adventure.
a whole novel in second person. That would just be excruciating.
It's rough. I struggle enough with present tense but I can handle it.
I write in present tense when I am writing notes, and I write in third person past tense.
Okay.
When I'm actually writing.
My default is first person past tense, but I can do third person past tense if it's close in enough that it's basically first person, just with he instead of I.
Yeah, that basically I do the same. Yeah,
third person limited
third
pass.
person close.
Yeah. So yeah, Soul Free is right. You do this, you do that. Second person is what Choose Your Own Adventures are in, and they're having a resurgence. I mean,
I'm working on a collection now.
Yeah.
So,
but it is weird to write.
Mm-hmm.
So Dwan says, see the first 2 stories in the Copper Wheat collection.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, it is after 6:30, and I have a heating pad that's calling my name. So let's do our outros. Tell people where to find us, and peace out, yo. Oh my goodness. Apparently, the story, Soul Free's story, is about a religious nut who's killing queer people. Second point of view is the main character's father. Okay. Well, we would be happy for the main, murderer to die.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I shook my head.
Again with the shaking.
So, Sako, tell the people where they can find your beautiful self.
You can find me on Google either as Sako Tumi or as Sako. You can also find me as Voit as well. Voit is my horror pen name. I'm all over social media. I'm got my own website. You can find all my stuff.
Okay, thank you. And Doc?
I'm Doc Coleman. If you're interested in me or my work, go to your favorite search engine and enter Doc Coleman Steampunk, and that will help you find my website at doccoleman.com. It'll also help you find my author page on Amazon, where you can look at my works. And if you want to connect to me on social media, then the best thing to do is to go to my link tree at linktr.ee/scaleslea. And that'll point you to all the places where I'm currently doing stuff. And if you're looking at this on YouTube, it's right in the notes.
Pretty much. Okay. Hello and welcome to Jordan. Was getting confused. Yeah, Morgan Lee is pretty awesome, but is not actually me. I'm Morgan Hazelwood. So thank you all for coming. I'm here every Sunday, 90% of the time, from 4:30 to 6:30 Eastern time. And you can find me blogging, vlogging, and podcasting, writing tips from the pros, and of course my own Writerly Musings almost every week. I'm Morgan Hazelwood everywhere. So except Twitter, because I left Twitter.
But
and also,
that doesn't count because it's a dumpster fire that's imploding on itself. So.
Right, that one. So have a great week, and feel better soon.
I am working on audio versions of my newsletter.
Jordan asks, is any of your guys working audio? Because I mean, they read books and listen to audiobooks when I get to. Mm-hmm. So that's awesome.
So when I get my second novel published, I'm going to start working the audiobook for the first novel. So
I sent in an audio sample to Small Press, and I might be doing some audiobook work for them. So
that would be rad. I
nudge
think
them again and see if they're avoiding me because my sample was so bad, or they just got busy because Small Press is a labor of love and doesn't pay the date.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it is 6:40 though, and my heating pad and I have a date. So have a lovely evening. And I'll be back again next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.